if all of the characters from Madagascar were actually charged for their crimes. Alex tries to help his pal Marty. He tries to call the cops.
Hello? Get me missing animals! And hurry! We've got a lost zebra!
But can't report a missing animal.
Hello? Wait a second. We can't call the people. What the?
This is because, well, he's a lion. It's still a crime to file a false report despite this issue. Alex soon realises he can't call the cops. He covers up this issue by destroying the payphone he used to make the call. That's a rash bit of vandalism. Alex strangles Marty in order to try and knock some sense into him.
Marty, I thought we were your friends!
What's a big deal? I was coming back in the morning!
Don't you ever do this again! Do you hear me?
This doesn't seem to be an effective strategy. It's also assault. Of course, there are way worse things a lion could do to a zebra. Alex realises a little too late that he's trespassing. He figures it out a little more when the cops arrive. Not a good look for a lion loose in the city. Alex still doesn't forgive Marty. After being shipped off, he still wants to attack his friend. He's still got that predator nature in him. Alex can't help himself. He dreams about meat. He even sleepwalks to get to that meat. This leads to him licking Marty. That's a weird case of assault. It was only a matter of time before Alex decides to bite Marty. It's a shocking moment to disrupt a party. It's also shocking that it took this long. Alex takes another swipe at Marty. He tries to hold himself back this time. Still, he can't fight off that predator's instinct for a zebra steak.
Hey, if you stop, I'll autograph those!
I know you.
Alex probably shouldn't have picked a fight with this old lady. She shouldn't have started it either. That being said, punching an old lady is not a good look for a lion.
Break into the casino, grab the penguins, and get them to take us back to New York in the monkey-powered superplane.
Alex leads a quest to find the penguins. Doing so requires infiltrating a casino.
Okay, let's drop down, grab the penguins. You crank me up, and we are out of here.
That's not exactly the right place for a lion, so he sneaks inside. He's also breaking and entering. Marty shares the crime of trespassing. He trespasses all over the city, but Grand Central is where he is concerned.
It's grand and it's central.
A terminal is no place for a zebra, even for one as smart as Marty. Marty gets too physical with Alex.
Let's go, man. Put the rubber to the road. You just have to let out that inner lion. Now.
He tries to whip the lion into shape. He's looking out for his friend, but he's still assaulting him. Marty is committed to helping out his friend Alex.
Oh, let me drop down. I'll grab the penguin.
We don't have fingers, Marty.
This includes his crimes of breaking and entering. A true friend till the unlawful end. Alex is right in this scene. Zebras cannot drive.
Zebras can't drive. Only penguins and people can drive.
Marty proves that point with some reckless driving and destruction of property. This is not a talented zebra when it comes to driving cars. The Foosa assault wildlife. They target poor Mort. They nearly have this guy for lunch.
Hey, hi.
Thankfully though, Alex intervenes before this turns into murder. The Foosa pursue Marty. They're far more numerous and vicious than Alex. They want this zebra on their dinner plate.
Help me! Anybody help me! Somebody!
That's an understandable animal instinct. However, in the eyes of the law, this is still attempted murder.
Help me?
That's right, baby.
The Foosa expand their course to include Gloria and Melman. Gloria is understandable. But how much meat do they reckon they'll get from a giraffe? Zuba might not seem at fault for initiating this fight. After all, Makunga challenged him.
You're not challenging me again, are you? Look on the bright side, Zuba. After I defeat you and take over as Alpha Lion, you'll have so much more time to spend with your pathetic excuse of a son.
That being said, Zuba attacks first and earns himself an assault charge. Mason has his ways of getting his way. He blackmails Skipper into doing his bidding.
Maybe a certain someone wouldn't want these blowing around on the savannah?
While he gets Skipper to commit, blackmail is still a crime, even one as silly as involving Skipper with an inanimate toy. Melman is a clumsy giraffe. This leads to him breaking a lot of stuff. This damage he causes in Grand Central seems like a mild case of vandalism. Despite Melman's objections, he goes along with his friends.
Oh, you should take Lexington.
Melman!
Okay, we should take Lexington.
This leads to him sharing the crime of trespassing. He probably regrets his decision even more now. Melman succeeds at making fire. He fails, however, at igniting the rescue beacon. This leads to him burning down Alex's rescue plan. Though accidental, it's still arson. This giraffe needs to be more careful. Despite his fear, Melman commits to Alex's plan. Breaking and entering isn't the easiest crime for a giraffe. It's honestly surprising how he even managed to fit through such tight spaces. Gloria gets too aggressive with her escape. She smashes right through the brick wall. That's a mighty hippo, but it's also a hippo committing vandalism. Gloria becomes an accessory to the trespassing crime. There's cause for concern with a hippo in a city terminal. Gloria goes overboard when she hits Alex with a blunt object. Like, way overboard. Like a credible case for assault overboard. Gloria goes along with Alex's plan as well. Much like Melman, her ability to wedge into ducts is astonishing, given her girth. Gloria takes charge of the situation. Unfortunately, her charge leads to the destruction of the ceiling and the casino floor. Despite her good intentions, she ends up committing vandalism. While Gloria can smash through most walls, it doesn't work this time.
All right, everybody, stand back. I got this.
Her charging only leads to a big dent in the metal doors, so that's even more vandalism for her record. This lady is way too aggressive with Alex. She might not know how to handle herself around animals.
Not that big of an emergency. Hey,
That being said, this looks like some animal cruelty. Nana once again attacked the lion. She's got to get over this obsession with beating up wildlife. Nana leads her tour group on a quest against the animals. Her group attacked Alex and Marty. This is not a case of hunting. This is some straight up assault. Alex ends up being captured by the group. He really didn't deserve this false imprisonment. Nana has gone too far with this lion vendetta. She not only ties him up, but also plans to eat Alex.
Now, how about a nice lion castle?
You can't eat a lion.
Don't worry, it tastes like chicken.
Even the tourists admit this is a bit much for a little old lady. Even when the lion makes his case, Nana still decides she wants to kill Alex. She brandishes a gun and fires it instantly. It's a good thing her shot misses. Otherwise, she'd have a murder charge instead of assault with a deadly weapon.
We humbly present you with this token of appreciation. It's a man bag, very popular where I come from. I don't know what to say.
Nana turns her attention to Makunga. He unwittingly stole her purse. This leads to another lion beatdown.
You bad kitty!
This makes you wonder, how many lions has this lady beaten in her lifetime? Tsetse goes in hard with his battle with Alex. This seems a little bit much, even for an agreed fight. The jungle is a brutal place. Makunga wants to be the alpha lion. This means he challenges Zuba to a fight. While fitting for lions, it counts as assault in law. Makunga reveals his plan to take over the entire kingdom.
Yes, I'm going to use him to get rid of Zuba once and for all.
That's classic villain talk. That's also the talk of political conspiracists. Makunga proves just how terrible he really is. He kicks this poor animal called Bob.
Well, that's not fair. You'd win.
Exactly, Shirley.
I'm Bob.
All he did was voice an opinion. That is not a good look for a leader. The escape of the penguins seems very short-lived. They are so found at Grand Central alongside the other animals, and their plans were going so smoothly. The penguins manage to hijack a boat. They even celebrate by smacking the captain. These are the most crafty criminal penguins ever animated. The penguins are not excellent drivers. This leads to them making a rough dock for the boat that they stole. They nearly hit the poor animals. Clearly, they could do with some boat training.
Check. Flaps. Check. Engine. Check. Coffee maker. Check.
The penguins take off in a jet. Their plans for takeoff are dangerous. Their careless use of physics endangers the animals on board. These penguins are not the best pilots.
Attention! This is your captain speaking. I've got good news and bad news. The good news is we'll be landing immediately. The bad news is we're crash landing.
The penguins also have a terrifying landing.
Rico, manual. Problemo solved.
I think they need to learn how fuel works.
Go, go!
The penguins steal another vehicle. This time, they dupe a tourist group and swipe their wheels.
Reverse! Gas! Music!
Stop! They commit the most creative crime for this Grand Theft Auto.
What is all this rock and roll racket?
Oh, and they also chuck Nana out of the car. These are some aggressive auto-stealing penguins. To make some money, the penguins impersonate royalty.
Let it ride. Then we'll pick up the hippies and fly back to New York in style.
Their scheme is perfect for making a fortune with their casino winnings.
The King of Versailles wins.
Not so perfect is the crime of misrepresentation. The penguins have their escape all planned out.
You only get one chance at a first impression.
They have one of their operatives drive straight into the casino. While it makes for an exciting escape, it's also a case of property damage and reckless driving. The penguins reveal they've been driving without brakes. This means they've been speeding the whole time as well. As Skipper notes, that is some dangerous dedication. The penguins were never the best pilots. As is tradition, their plane crashes again. It just wouldn't be a Madagascar film without some unsafe piloting. The penguins may not be great flyers, but they make strong spies. They help out the animals by knocking out the 4 cops and DuBois.
Incoming!
They then proceed to launch them out of a cannon. That's a smooth case of assault. Skipper leads an attack that results in assaulting all 5 cops. This includes DuBois. It's all part of a rescue operation. His crew gets a bit overboard with the violence. That's another case of assault. As a final dose of revenge, Skipper imprisons all 5 of the pursuing cops. While it seems fitting, it's also a case of false imprisonment. Skipper activates a harpoon to escape predators. He succeeds in saving his friends. He also succeeds in blowing up the boat. He's barely an adult and he's already an arsonist.
Fire in the hole!
Night-night time.
Skipper starts off his Fort Knox robbery by knocking out the guards with gas. It's non-lethal, but it still counts as assault. Still, pretty crafty for a penguin to rig a kid's toy to emit knockout gas. Skipper leads his penguins on a breaking and entering scheme at Fort Knox. As the most devious bird, he almost has this type of job down to a science.
Well, penguins are our flesh and feathers. They're us. And if anyone's gonna save us, it's us.
Skipper gets too dramatic by opening the doors on a moving plane.
Brilliant move, Skipper. But now we seem to be outside the plane. Well, hindsight's 20/20.
While it does help his penguins escape, it's also incredibly dangerous. Then again, it wouldn't be a Madagascar film without some sort of plane disruption. As if the cargo exit wasn't enough, Skipper commandeers a different plane.
We've got another target. Follow me, boys!
That's even more dangerous. Well, danger does seem to be his mistress, according to Skipper anyway. Skipper tortures the wrong squid for info on Dave, specifically a baby squid. Not exactly father material.
He's got Private! He's getting away! He's getting away!
Skipper needs to find Private. The only way to catch up with Dave is to steal a jet. He doesn't know how to fly a jet from the north wind. Still, that's never stopped him before. Skipper's lackluster piloting skills leads to the jet blowing up. Yep, that tracks for a Madagascar movie with these characters.
Please enter passcode.
Kowski, you're up.
Please enter passcode.
Oh, come on, you're kidding, right?
Kowalski also knows how to break into vaults. This one seemed rather easy. Still, burglary is burglary.
Skipper! They're back up, and we are running out of canal. Parker Posey, go on terrain.
Private thinks fast when the penguin's boat goes on land. Unfortunately, this leads to some reckless driving through the streets of Venice.
Switch to emergency power.
What the people of the city must think of these animals. DuBois gets far too angry with this guy and his smell. She's so determined to capture animals, she thinks little of those who get in her way. Assaulting someone for smelling bad is hardly worth it. DuBois shoots a tranquilizer dart at Julian. That's not very nice. It's also assault with a deadly weapon.
Come on, Melman! Woo! Yeah!
DuBois goes a bit too far when capturing Melman. She even endangers his life when the plane takes off. That's some animal cruelty. DuBois slams through this entire building just to catch some animals. That's some solid dedication to her job. The office, on the other hand, probably doesn't feel the same way about this crime. DuBois attempts to swipe a police scooter.
Viva la France!
Too bad it doesn't work out for her. She probably should have known they were attached anyway.
You're in a big trouble.
The local cops arrest DuBois. Well, they were until she shot them with her tranq gun. This leads to 3 assaults with her weapon.
Capitaine Chantal DuBois, get up. I'm going to have to send you back to Monaco.
DuBois' jail time doesn't last very long. She outwits the guards and makes her clever escape. For a woman who's meant to enforce the law, she's certainly very good at breaking it. DuBois gets way too trigger happy with that gun. She uses it in this scene to shoot out some lights. She would probably do better if she learned how to find the light switch. DuBois makes a grand return. After being shot out of a cannon, she fires tranquilizers at the 4 lead animals.
I'm like a candy cane in a black and white movie.
She really doesn't give up. She also doesn't skimp on the ammo. DuBois goes too far this time. She doesn't intend to knock Alex out, but kill him. She nearly does so if it wasn't for the other animal stopping her. DuBois really didn't need to hurt this poor sea lion. It's extra cruel after he cries out for help. She may control animals, but she also needs to learn how to control her aggression. DuBois goes further by fighting Alex with her bare hands. That's too much devotion to taking down animals. It's also pretty cruel when she brandishes a knife. Classified as understandably angry with the penguins.
Girl, that's why you can't have nice things. Oh, you know,
Tranquilizing all 4 of them with a dart gun might be a bit much though. Maybe he should have lured them out with those cheese snacks instead.
My gosh. Oh, you guys are so cute.
Corporal gets way too handsy with the penguins. He's trying to show them love and hugs them way too hard. This bear needs to learn some boundaries to avoid assault charges. Werner Herzog appears briefly but still commits a crime. He films the penguins but then instructs his crew to shove them off of a cliff.
Gunther, give them a shove.
Harnessing the jellyfish we've trained to obey simple voice commands.
It's hard to believe Herzog would do this in his films, but also a case of animal cruelty. Dave kidnaps the penguins fairly early in the film. He does so in the most cunning way. Who would expect a vending machine as a kidnapping vehicle? Not the penguins. Dave also makes a quick escape from Fort Knox. That's a case of trespassing and police evasion. He hasn't even shown his face yet. There's a villain who knows how to operate quickly and discreetly. Well, relatively discreet.
Who are you? The humans know me as Dr. Octavius Brine.
Dave reveals that he's been parading as a human scientist. It's a very convincing disguise. It's also a crime of misrepresentation. NPR probably feels silly getting donations from an octopus.
What you, of course, could not know is that Dr. Brine's laboratory in Venice is secretly developing a doomsday weapon called the Medusa Serum.
Dave's evil plans are revealed by the North Wind. His doomsday weapon is a classic James Bond villain move. It also earned him the top crime of criminal conspiracy. Dave is apparently an expert hacker as well. He hacks into the Northwind system in order to deliver a threat. It does take him a few seconds to figure out his audio and video issues though. Still, hacking is hacking. Dave continues his bird napping by snatching up these 6 penguins.
Take them away.
He also interrupts what seems like a fun soccer game. Dave showcases his mad scientist experiment. He plans to transform animals into hideous creatures. For an octopus who wants to make penguins less cute, he goes way too far. Dave was more than prepared for the North Wind. When the team break into his base, he immediately apprehends them. He octopi come in handy for false imprisonments. And he then imprisons the 3 remaining penguins. This is no average evil octopus.
What have you done with Private? Now, who's ready to move on to live penguin testing?
Dave's experiments continue as he targets Private. Poor guy didn't deserve this. No! Especially when it almost looks like he's dead. To get rid of the North Wind, Dave prepares an elaborate method of murder.
I don't want to die on squishy.
It's a good thing Private stops this chaos, making this a case of attempted murder and not full-on murder. Dave's plan to make all of the penguins uncute is a success. He experiments on all of the ones he's captured. The public is horrified, but not for the right reasons. Dave attacks Skipper and Rico when they try to stop his plans. He can be pretty aggressive with those tentacles.